to stop you from sleeping while studying. Throw that childish philosophy out the window. But do you know what is going to stop you from sleeping while studying? Entering your flow state, otherwise known as the zone. It is a state that has sincerely helped me as a first class mechanical engineering student, and sincerely, once you get there, you won't even remember when to sleep. So what I'm going to be doing in this video is I'm going to be sharing with you 5 key tips that are going to help you to enter your flow state and actually give you the energy to study and get that results that you actually deserve. Anyways, let's get into it. So imagine a bat now trying to fly in the day, or imagine a bird trying to make its way out in the cave. Neither one of them are going to find their way, right? So why on earth are you that you know that you find it easy to read in the morning? Why are you trying to read in the night? I know that there's this stereotype, especially from the movies, that the most serious student or the student that is doing very, very well always studies in the night. But one thing you need to understand is that you need to learn to walk according to your own body clock. Me as a night person, you will never catch me trying to read by 4 a.m. unless I am in serious, severe circumstances. You need to learn to walk according to when you know it's going to be the best time for you. And that's the first reason why you keep sleeping while studying, because you keep studying at the wrong time. So you need to understand whether, oh, I am a nocturnal person or a diurnal person, which is the person that finds it easier to read in the morning. And you can check the link in my description for a free test that can actually help you to understand which time of day actually works best for you. And I'm going to talk much more about this whole wrong time thing and how I've actually spoken much more deeper about it at the end of the video. If there's one thing that I've come to understand very, very well along my journey of being a study YouTuber and a first class mechanical engineering student is energy maximization. Energy maximization is going to save you so much time on things that you should not just be doing. But it's not just about maximizing your energy, but it's about energy management. And the only way you can do that effectively is by understanding your daily energy graph, which is just simply how your body feels throughout the day. For people that are nocturnal, their energy graph is different, and for people that are diurnal, their energy level once again is different. And so why you need to understand that is because most of you keep reading the wrong subject at the wrong time. For someone like me, that I'm more of a nocturnal kind of person, you will never catch me reading any righty course in the night, because I know that I have lots of energy in the night, and if I start reading righty courses in the night, I'm most likely going to sleep off. Instead, I turn on my energy that time to things that take more of my energy, because I know I actually have the energy to do those things in the night. Somebody that you know that you read more in the morning, you should not be reading things that you know that will not really maximize the energy that you have in the morning. So that leads me on to my second point, which is the fact that you are reading the wrong subjects at the wrong time. Once you understood your energy graph, you'll be able to actually plan your time such that you know that, okay, this is the subject I should read at this time, because I know that this is when my energy is reaching its peak. So I told you at the beginning of this video that you should stop taking coffee, but I left a minor point out. So when I started my internship, based on the fact that I find it much easier to stay in the night, stay up in the night, I had to start waking up extraordinarily early. And so what happened was that I started dozing at meetings. So then I now had to start actually taking coffee to actually ensure that I stayed up, for meetings and all that kind of stuff. But I noticed something, that in school, when I used to try to take coffee in the night, they don't really used to do anything for me. And that's going to be my third point, and I'm going to explain why. Because for someone like me, I find it a whole lot easier to stay up in the night. So whether I take coffee or whether I don't take coffee, I'm going to stay up. But unlike in the morning times where it's a little bit harder for me, that coffee actually helps me to stay awake during the morning times. So when you're taking sedatives, you don't just take them, but you take your sedatives at the right time. And once you've understood your body clock, like I said in point 2, you will know exactly when it's right for you to actually take your sedatives and all those kind of things to actually ensure that you actually stay awake. So it's not just about taking coffee at random points, taking coffee in the night, taking coffee in the night, then you still be sleeping. No, it's about truly understanding what actually helps your body, what works for your body, and whether you should or should not be taking coffee, and whether that point in time when you're taking the coffee is actually going to yield you your maximum result. And if you're enjoying this video so far, this is the kind of videos we make normally this channel to actually help students to become their best academic self. So please be sure to actually subscribe and share this video with anybody else that you know that they keep sleeping while they're meant to be studying. Anyways, let's go on to the next point. So, have you ever been with a set of people before, and you guys are like trying to study and everything, and then that one person just sleeps? Then before you know it, the next person just sleeps. Jesus. Then before you know it, everybody has slept. It's almost like the domino effect. The domino effect, yes. So, It's like just there are people that they don't really find it easy to read in the night, and then they also sleeping. You end up also sleeping as well, and that leads me on to my fourth one, which is the fact that you might just be reading with the wrong people. The people that they might actually doze off with you in the night, but by the time they wake up, early in the morning to read, they'll be so refreshed. But you that that night time, you don't read the night time, what low, you're still joining them to read. You're not doing yourself a good favor. So you must learn to actually stay around people that actually have almost similar body clocks to you. Or what I used to do is that I used to read first, and then I'll now wake up those that are supposed to read in the morning, or sometimes they can do vice versa, those kind of things. So learn to walk around and walk with the people that are around you, and don't just read any sort of people, but actually find people that are in line with the way you actually like to study, so that it can actually be beneficial to you and you will not just be wasting your time. So this one is an extra note that I just wanted to add in. It's not one of the points, but whenever I read this to one of my friends, her name starts with M and ends with T. She used to actually stay awake. So it's Proverbs 24 verses 33 to 34. Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the arms to sleep. So shall thy poverty come as one that travelleth, and thy wants as an armed man. I'll leave that food for thought. So for this last point, so you're there, lying down, covering blankets, offing the lights, with your book in your hand, and you are telling me that you are sleeping while studying. Are you joking? Please don't joke that joke with me. I swear. You cannot keep reading in the wrong environment and then be wondering why you keep sleeping while studying. I've come to understand that your environment, and your surroundings plays a key existential role in the way you assimilate and understand while you are studying. It's not just about reading in the position that is most comfortable to you, but reading in a position, in a place more like, that's actually beneficial to your mental health can actually be the difference between why you understand something and why you completely don't understand it. Before start reading, arrange your space. At least put the tables, be the books on the table in order. Arrange the bed small if you can. Don't waste a whole hour arranging everything, but don't make everything look semi understandable. And it will be a whole lot easier for you to read, and it's actually going to sincerely help your assimilation, and science can prove that. But it's not just really what is around you and everything, but how you function yourself in that environment to also plays a key role. You cannot be there lying down on your bed with your book up like this and be telling me you're reading. You're not reading anything, darling. There's some days that actually you are actually reading something. That's for like, more of reading kind of subject instead of like calculation subject. But you are this subject whereby you are actually reading like that and you are actually properly assimilating it. So don't just go and lie down on your bed and be trying to, and you'll be claiming to read, and then you not start telling me that, oh, you're sleeping while reading. I'm not sure that you're sleeping while reading too. So you need to actually put yourself in places in your environment that will actually help you to understand and assimilate better. But I've also come to understand that in my studies, yes, your position, that's the way your posture is while you're reading, actually helps you to assimilate as well. That is probably the reason why they've designed schools for us to be sitting down on desks and not lying down on beds. Because sitting in an upright posture on your chair, reading what you're reading at your table, actually helps you to understand it a whole lot better. And there's lots of science that can actually prove this, because it allows the blood to like kind of like flow to your brain and everything, which actually allows you to understand that material that you're reading to a greater depth, thus allowing you to get the grades that you deserve. So all in all I'm just trying to say is understand the time when you're meant to read, stay with people that will motivate you to read, and then don't just take coffee at random times, but take them according to your energy graphs, and don't read subjects at times when you know that they will actually make you sleep. So going back to what I was actually talking about initially, about how I've already got into depth about understanding the times and everything pertaining to when you're reading, I actually was able to do that for the community of this channel in more of a written form. So while I was pursuing my first 5.0 and everything, I was thinking to myself, okay, how can I learn from this experience, motivate myself, and also be able to share this information in a more concise manner that everybody else will be able to easily access? As I thought to myself that, okay, this last 3 months of my semester that I'm learning a lot of things, I'm going to turn it into 100 days perfect GPA playbook. And so that's what I did. I wrote down every single thing that I learned on the journey to getting my 5.0, and the first 15 chapters are in the link in the description for anybody who just feels that this is something I want to do to better my academic life. it's free to access for every single person. And the part two, if you ever consider getting it, has lots of private videos, exercises and tasks, and it's a whole 85 chapters of different things and philosophies I came to understand during my journey that actually helped my academic success. Like, these lessons are not just things I learned, in just my 400 level. These are things I've learned from my 100 level to my 400 level that I knew that if I had known in my 100 level, I would have probably had my best results sooner. So you can check out the first 15 chapters if that sounds like something that you will enjoy. And I hope you guys enjoy it, and I hope it actually impacts your academic life positively. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in another video. Love you guys. Bye.